Ladies and gentlemen, there is a quiet power in waiting, a wisdom in stillness, a grace in trusting that life will unfold as it must. Patience is not about standing idle, but about standing firm in faith, hope, and resilience. Patience is not weakness, it is strength. It is the willingness to endure without bitterness, to trust without wavering. The strongest souls are not those who rush through life, but those who walk with steady purpose, knowing that every season has its time. We live in a world that glorifies speed, fast success, quick results, immediate gratification. But wisdom whispers to us, be still. Growth cannot be rushed. The tree that spreads its roots deep into the earth does not bloom overnight. The caterpillar does not become a butterfly in a day, and we too must embrace the process of becoming.
It's always funny when I catch myself rushing even when I don't need to be. Like when I'm not running late for anything, I'm somehow always still in a rush. And I always catch it in the morning. Like I love mornings, but somehow I convince myself that if I don't start the day quick enough, I've already wasted it, as if that too isn't part of the day, as if it isn't setting the tone for the rest of it.
Good morning, Sabah al khair. I have the biggest bug bite. Okay, not the biggest, but the thing about bug bites feels so childish.
I've just been trying to pay more attention lately to when my jaw is clenched and or when I need to drop my shoulders, when I'm doing my makeup and I realize that I'm attacking my face with my beauty blender, which I'm sure you'll see on camera at some point. And when I catch myself, I just have to laugh. I slow down, I unclench, and I do my makeup like a normal person at a normal speed. Obviously, this is something that I'm actively trying to work through, so I don't have advice, but I feel like a realization that I've had is that as a woman, we don't just need routines, we need rituals. We need moments that ground us, that feel like we're actually taking care of ourselves and that it's safe to take care of ourselves and we're not just checking boxes. It's not about being the most disciplined or perfect, it's about respecting yourself enough to slow down, to notice, to actually live and enjoy the moments that you're in. Like, what a blessing that we have the ability to turn simple daily acts into rituals, because taking the time to massage my favorite cream onto my body after a shower isn't just to moisturize, but to tell my nervous system that, hey, everything's fine, I can take care of myself, I'm capable, and I can be present. And the thing is, you can have a quote-unquote soft life on the outside and still feel stressed inside, still have a dysregulated nervous system, still feel disconnected, still missing the moment right in front of you. Another very common time that I catch myself in a rush is unfortunately during prayer, which alhamdulillah for daily prayers that are intended for us to, take our time and to be present, but sometimes I'll read Fatiha completely mindlessly or forget what rak'ah I'm on, and when I catch myself and I come back, it just reminds me that if Allah is this patient and merciful with me, I can be patient and merciful with myself too. What's helping me lately is that I've decided that anything distracting me is shaitan, not me. Shaitan is the critic. Shaitan is the indecisions throughout the day. Shaitan is the one clenching my jaw. And actually, not joking, Shaitan is the one that's in a rush. It's never Allah. Nothing I do in a rush feels like it's from Allah. And there's so much beauty in taking your time.
Can I take a ginger shot or before I have coffee, or is that too much? Is that too acidic? Hello, my loves. Good morning. The iPad is out today. I burned a candle. I made my coffee and created a list of things that I think are beautiful and chic and require you to take your time. Does everything need to be chic? No. But why not? I was giving myself a manicure. We'll continue after the video because I thought I could multitask. I can't, and that's very anti doing things slow, isn't it? That being said, I'm gonna try to not take too much time getting through this list. It's going to be quite rapid fire, ironically enough. Bismillah. For starters, I think big thank you to all the people that read those like millionaire, billionaire, self-help money books and like what successful people do with their days and their times, because I'm not going to read those books. But every once in a while, someone will share something that's actually helpful. It's something that I heard recently that stuck with me was that successful people don't do things twice. For instance, if I'm doing my laundry, I will fold it and put it away at the same time and not come back to it. You know, if you have stairs in your home, I know a lot of times people put things on the stairs. This is my childhood, putting things on the stairs, and then like it lives there. You know, it never goes back to its spot. And I think the same is for like if I have like an email draft, just send it. Do things in the moment, and then for your headspace. The next one is going out of your way to get an ingredient for a recipe. Also, just going to the grocery store in general. I feel like I'm guilty of just ordering when I actually love the grocery store. I love the experience, but I never inconvenience myself to just go. But when it comes to recipes, like I have so many saved and I'll look at them over and over again, but it requires an ingredient that is not convenient for me to find. Like I have to go to a specific store. If I have to drive a little bit farther to get an ingredient for a recipe, I feel like it's just worth it. It's worth it for a good food experience. Next, lighting a candle before you start cooking and lighting the khur after you're done cooking, because it's an experience. Next is something that I think a lot of us are guilty of, but refusing to watch anything in 2x. I think it's a really bad habit, and I think it makes us not appreciate like what people are saying. Like, take your time when you speak. Also, that's a very like, God, I hate when I become one of those like feminine coach type of people, but I think it's a very feminine thing to do. It's like taking your time when you speak. Command people to listen to you. And on the flip side, listen to people. Okay, moving on. Taking the time to make a mood board every month, but not sharing it, because I'm very against sharing mood boards. I think it's very personal. Sometimes I don't want to do it, or I just don't have time, or I'm like a week into the month, but I think it sets the tone for the month. I don't know. It's like, this is how I want to feel. The next one is not settling on purchasing things that almost work and waiting for the perfect piece to arrive, I guess, and making purchases that are like good enough, like almost work. They're not the perfect cut, they're not the perfect fit, but like you can make do, is like the easiest way to fill our closets up with clutter, and like just leads to overconsumption, because you're going to keep looking for the perfect piece. You're going to keep looking for the perfect jeans. You're going to keep looking for the perfect top, the perfect whatever, because you are never going to find it in these things. And I think there's beauty in waiting for the perfect piece to appear, come back, to go on sale, to come back in stock, and then you can appreciate it so much more. And I'm not talking about like if there's something that you love and you actually can't afford and you want to buy the dupe, absolutely not. What I'm talking about is if it's something that you actually want, do the work to find that piece. I think the best dressed people that you've seen, like people who have very distinct personal style, it takes work. Like they go out of their way to find the pieces that work for them. Spending Sundays doing a closet clear out, putting together outfits, creating uniforms, because that helps with decision fatigue throughout the week, because whether we realize it or not, okay, maybe I'm just speaking to myself. It takes so much of my energy when I don't know what I'm wearing, or if I don't like what I'm wearing. It just makes me realize why Steve Jobs wore the same thing every single day. Next two, also related to one another, but handwriting letters or thank yous, even if, it's easier to just send a text. But then also pretty handwriting, like going out of your way to make sure that your handwriting looks good on everything. When I'm journaling, I know nobody's going to see it, but I should take my time to like make it look pretty. I don't know. It's just for myself. I feel like that adds to my confidence, as if my handwriting is pretty. Next is making and having homemade spreads and condiments. Like, when you're having a meal and you're like, what would be perfect with this? Pickled onions. Let me get the ones that I made out of the fridge. I feel like that's it's very chic. Ironing or steaming your clothes properly. I'm the world's worst ironer, so I have to go out of my way to do that. I don't know why I'm so bad. I just never learned how to iron anything properly. Decanting things like olive oil, hand soap, detergents, like putting things from the bottle that you bought it in into a prettier bottle. Very unnecessary. You don't have to do that, but it's nice. Next, doing wudu slowly, for many reasons, but also like the cold water is actually good for your nervous system. So slow down. Next is slowing down with your daily stretches. If we even do them, I know sometimes I'll do my workout and I'll kind of quickly go through my stretches, or I just won't do them at all. But like mobility and flexibility are so important long term. And that's something that, we don't really necessarily feel now, but it will help us in the long run. And I was a dancer growing up, so I spent a lot of time stretching and on my flexibility, and I can't do a lot of what I did before. But I remember, like a big thing that our teachers and coaches would tell us was that like you can't just do a stretch, you have to hold it. And that's the only way you're going to get more flexible. You have to hold it. Like just because you can do it today doesn't mean that you can do it tomorrow. So slowing down, taking our time, letting our body like ease into the stretches that we do. Doing a 10-minute clean in the evening so you wake up to a spotless home makes a huge difference. Taking the time to line your drawers with scented paper or fabric, or like behold in your closets, I think that's something that makes a big difference and it's really nice. Polishing your shoes or handbags and finding a cobbler instead of buying new things. Hand washing delicate clothes instead of literally throwing it in the washer and turning on delicate. Buying fresh flowers and trimming them intentionally. I love making bouquets. I have too many interests, but I would love to be a florist. Organizing our digital life, because digital hoarding is a very big thing and I'm guilty of it. And it's very easy to just buy more storage than to go in and, I think that was another thing I had, like going through your camera roll and deleting duplicates. Like I am the worst. If I told you guys how many photos I have on my phone, it's a big problem. And I want to blame it on the fact that they started giving me Wi-Fi on planes, because I think that was always my time. And now that I get Wi-Fi on planes sometimes, I'm like, well, not doing that. But I think we spend so much time on our phone throughout the day, like it should also be organized and not causing you more anxiety. Last one is flipping through an entire magazine in one sitting. Or if you're at an appointment and there's magazines or coffee table books, just read it. Just take your time to read it instead of being on your phone. And that is my list. I'm sure there are many more things, but that's what I have for now. Hope you enjoyed that.
When I am among the trees, especially the willows and the honey locust, equally the beech, the oaks, and the pines, they give off such hints of gladness. I would almost say that they save me, and daily. I am so distant from the hope of myself, in which I have goodness and discernment, and never hurry through the world, but walk slowly and bow often. Around me the trees stir in their leaves and call out, "Stay a while." The light flows from their branches, and they call again. It's simple, they say, and you too have come into the world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light, and to shine.
We found a secret beach.